Hi everyone, my name is Sterling and I'm the artist here behind Cactus Lady Creation, and in this video we're going to be reviewing 3 commonly used platforms that artists and handmade businesses like to sell on: Etsy, Shopify, and a new one that started in 2020 called GoImagine. A little while ago, I made a video about some of the frustrations that a lot of artists and handmade businesses are having on Etsy, and in the comments of that video, a lot of you all shared some of the frustrations that you personally have with Etsy, as well as some of you said that you liked using Etsy still and had some questions about what platform I prefer to sell on. Many of you also were wondering what other platforms might be great to sell on. So in this video, we're going to be comparing these specific platforms, talking about different pros and cons, and hopefully by the end of this video, you'll have a better idea of what platform might be best for you. In order to compare these different platforms, we're going to be using 4 different key metrics: fees, ease of use, inbuilt traffic that platform has, and support for sellers. And if you want to check out any of these specific things that I mentioned in this video, or just do a little bit more reading on everything that I discuss, you can check out my blog, which is linked in the description box below. All right, so to get started, let's talk specifically about fees associated with Etsy. Etsy has a 20-cent listing fee for each item, and that listing lasts for 4 months or until that item is sold, whichever is first. And if that item doesn't sell within the 4 months, you can relist that item, which is 20 cents. There's also a transaction fee, which is 6.5% of the total order amount. And this fee applies to the combined total of the item price, shipping cost, and any additional charges like gift wrapping. There's also a payment processing fee, which is a fixed fee plus a percentage of the total sale price. And that specific rate does depend on where you are as the seller. And to see the specific rate for the country that you are selling from, you can see the link to the website, and I have that on my blog if you want to check that out. For the US, where I currently am, this is 3% plus 25 cents USD, and these fees are deducted from the total sale amount, which includes the item price, shipping fees, and any applicable sales tax. Etsy doesn't have a monthly subscription cost, and so that is a plus, but you can also choose to opt into Etsy Plus, which does have some benefits. Etsy Plus does offer some additional features like advanced shop customization, discount on custom web addresses, and credits for listing and advertising. Etsy also does collect and remit sales tax for you, which I know a lot of sellers do prefer this because that just means that you don't have to handle that yourself. Now let's talk about Shopify. So Shopify doesn't have any listing fees. Instead, it just has a monthly subscription. Shopify does offer several different pricing plans to accommodate businesses of various sizes, and the basic plan is $29 USD per month when billed annually, or $39 USD when billed monthly. But if you're a solo artist and entrepreneur like I am, then the basic plan is perfect. And for transaction fees, it varies depending on what plan you're on. The basic plan is 2.9% plus 30 cents USD, and this also goes down the more advanced your plan is. And you can also use a third-party payment plan processor, which Shopify does charge an extra fee of 2% for that basic plan. Processing fees are also included in that transaction fee, and as I said, the exact fee will vary if you're using a third-party processor, and you can see the exact breakdown for that on their website, and I'll also link to that on my blog post as well. And also, Shopify will collect sales tax for you, but it won't remit it, so you'll have to handle that yourself. Now, I've been selling online for almost 10 years, and so I don't really have a problem with doing this myself and handling sales tax myself. But if you're new to selling online, sometimes I know that can be a little bit daunting when you're just getting started. Now, for GoImagine, the membership fee and listing fees are bundled together. GoImagine offers a straightforward membership model with different tiers to accommodate different seller needs. There's a community plan, which is the free option, and this includes 12 product listings. The Thrive plan is $5 per month, and this allows up to 2 200 product listings, and the Mosaic plan is $15 a month, and it allows 1,000 product listings. In addition to that monthly membership fee, they also charge a transaction fee based on the plan that you choose. The community plan has the highest transaction fee with 6.5%, and the Mosaic plan has the lowest with 2%. For payment processing fees, GoImagine does partner with Stripe, so they'll use their processing fee, which is 2.9% plus 30 cents per order. And as for sales tax, GoImagine does collect as well as remit sales tax for you. So if you prefer not to do that, that is definitely a bonus. All right, now let's compare each platform when it comes to ease of use. Etsy is super beginner friendly and there's no barrier to entry. You can just simply set up a shop, put up listings, and start to collect money from sales. But it is a bit limiting when it comes to branding. You cannot really customize your Etsy shop that much unless you do the Etsy Plus membership option, which is $10 USD extra per month. And this allows for more customization, such as having a custom web address or domain. And they partner with a hosting company called Hover for this. You do have to purchase that domain with them as well, in addition to the other fees. Now, Shopify, on the other hand, does require a bit more effort to set up. You do have to select a theme, you have to set up and customize the shop according to your branding, and you also have to set up your payment options. So this does require a lot more back-end effort to set up. But you also have complete control. You can set up and sync up your shop with all of the different social media platforms that you might use, such as Meta, which is Facebook and Instagram, or YouTube, which also includes Google and Google Ads. And you can also set it up with TikTok and TikTok Shop, as well as Pinterest. So this is why I personally really love it. There's also a lot of app options and just different ways that you can build out the shop for your specific needs, such as the email app, which I really love to do email marketing with. Now, GoImagine is similar to Etsy with setting up the shop. You just set up, select your membership, and just put up your listings and your payment, and you're ready to go. There is a little bit more of a barrier to entry, though, which is good if you prefer to have only handmade businesses on the platform that you're selling on. With Etsy, there's not really a barrier to entry, but with GoImagine, there is. You do have to apply to be on that platform, and they strategically and stringently go through each of those applications to make sure that you are actually creating your products by hand. Because it's a newer platform, though, there are fewer integrations than what Shopify has available, so that's really good to keep in mind. All right, so now let's talk about inbuilt traffic into each of these platforms. Etsy has a well-established marketplace with a substantial built-in audience. Etsy.com has about 400 million visitors each month, according to Yagura. Now, Shopify, on the other hand, does operate a little bit differently. It doesn't provide inbuilt traffic as such. It just provides the opportunity for you to set up your shop on that platform, and you as the seller has to direct all the traffic to your website yourself. But like I said before, there are a lot of integration options and ways to drive that traffic to your website. So that is good to keep in mind if you're wanting built-in traffic to your website. So it's good to know that with Shopify, there's no built-in audience. So any traffic that you have to your store, you'll have to do yourself through your own online marketing. And GoImagine is a newer marketplace. Recent reports indicate that GoImagine receives around 245,000 monthly visits. But it's important to note that a portion of this traffic may come from sellers managing their own listings. So it's good to decide when choosing which platform is best for you, whether you want some amount of inbuilt traffic into that website, or whether you're willing to drive some of your own traffic to that website through your own marketing efforts or by leveraging some kind of customer base that you might already have. Now let's talk about each platform when it comes to seller support. So for Etsy, there is a bit of a mixed review. Etsy offers email and chat support, plus a help center with FAQs and community forums. Phone support is also available, but only through callback requests. And for response time, it does vary. Etsy's purchase protection program covers certain orders, but sellers have limited control over the disputes, and Etsy often sides with buyers in refund or fraud cases. Etsy also has been notorious for sudden shop suspensions without warning, and getting reinstated can be a long process. So across the board, Etsy is seen to have quite minimal to moderate support depending on the case, and the automation that it does use seems to be quite unfair to many sellers. Now, Shopify does provide 24/7 customer support via chat, email, and phone. Generally, the response time is fast, with priority support being available on higher end tier plans. Since Shopify doesn't handle customer disputes, you directly as the seller have to handle this yourself with your own policies. Shopify also rarely shuts down stores and only does so if you're selling prohibited items on the platform. And so you have complete control over your shop, which is great. GoImagine has email support with a real team, not bots, plus a seller-focused Facebook group for troubleshooting and community help. So overall, there's a smaller response team, so the responses do vary, but it does seem more supportive. So if you're just wanting a simple, easy peasy shop to set up, then Etsy is a good option. If you're wanting full control and autonomy, then Shopify might be the best for you, especially if you're thinking more long-term for your business and just wanting that overall control. And if you're wanting more of ease of use similar to Etsy, but with a more ethical approach, then GoImagine might be the best option for you. So there you have it. Each platform has its pros and cons, and so hopefully you have a better idea of which one is best for you. And for me, I have a Shopify. I like having complete control over my shop and being able to see where all of the traffic is coming from, as well as all the different customization options that they have in different apps, as well as being able to sync it up with all of the different social media platforms. I have tried having an Etsy a couple of times in the past, but haven't decided to stick with it. I personally just never really was that abundant over on Etsy, and had a couple of other fellow shop owners that had a lot of nightmare stories with Etsy, so I decided to stop selling on that platform. And if you want to see more about all of that, definitely check out my Etsy video next if you haven't seen it already. I am thinking about opening up a shop again on Etsy as well as GoImagine and comparing my insights to my Shopify store just for research purposes and to share all of my thoughts about that with you all on here. So definitely make sure that you stay tuned and are subscribed, and also click that bell if you want to be notified about some of my insights with comparing them from my own specific experience. But at the end of the day, what platform is best for you will be dependent upon what you are specifically seeking from a platform. Do you want ease of use, creative control, or do you want a bit more of an ethical approach when selling online? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And if you found this video helpful, don't forget to give it a like. If you're wanting to be serious about selling your art online, definitely check out my free guide to launching your online art business. You can find that linked in the description box below. And if you're wanting to see more videos similar to this one, definitely check out my Entrepreneur playlist next. Well, thank you for watching, and I hope you'll join me in the next one.